Williams, Arizona, Highway 40 West. The actor wakes up. It's 6:45 a.m. Mountain Time, according to his Indiglo Timex. He's staring at a sun-faded color blow-up of the Grand Canyon mounted above the TV in a cheap frame. The picture's warped. The wall it hangs on is phony pink adobe. Actually, it's sheetrock with pink crud smeared on it like curdled Pepto-Bismol. The fun things to do in Williams' brochure, propped up by the lamp on the bedside table, accompanied by yet another dizzying helicopter view of the deep gorge, reminds him that he has spent the night at the gateway to the Grand Canyon. The giant sun is just beginning to burn through the one window. The high desert peeks in, Yucca and Candelaria. Now he remembers. He's on his way to L.A. to finish up some looping on a film he shot last summer, a film he cares nothing about anymore and can't remember why he wanted to do it in the first place. A film he can't even remember the title of. Is that true? It must be, he says to himself. Yes, it's true. I can't remember the title. I have no idea, no inclination. He swings his very white legs out from under the Navajo print blanket and just sits on the edge of the mattress staring out the window for a while. He's trying to adjust. He sees a low red bluff in the distance turning slowly to blaze orange. A crow flies languidly by. He pictures the same old route he's always taken east to west, down through Kansas City on 35, cutting across to Wichita, down to Tucumcari and picking up 40 West, paralleling the fabled and long-abandoned Route 66, the highway he grew up on. He stands slowly, hoping his trick knee doesn't suddenly give out on him. He remembers the last news item on TV before he fell asleep. It just pops into his head. A very attractive blonde reporter with flashing teeth, all excited about special forces closing in on Osama bin Laden somewhere near the Hindu Kush. Supposed sightings of an extremely tall figure dressed as a woman riding a donkey over the mountain pass. Very biblical, suspiciously vivid. They were sure they had him cornered. The CIA had reliable contacts, they said. They'd infiltrated the villages, talked the lingo. They were hot on his trail. He walks to the TV and flicks it on, then heads to the narrow bathroom and throws water on his face. His face. He can't stand his face anymore. It's pathetic. No longer young. A self-pitying shroud around the eyes and forehead. Widow's peak receding dramatically. Teeth, which never were his best asset, have grown gray, and his disappearing gum line gives them the impression of wax fangs or an Appalachian miner's mouth. There's a stale stench, too, coming from his mouth, which is a bad sign, he thinks. He's always looking for signs. He wonders if maybe it's an indication of some deeper internal disorder, something to do with the liver or lower intestine, or maybe worse. What could that be? He shudders to think. There's a sharp voice from behind him that makes him jump and turn around, a female voice. He turns off the water to listen, then remembers he'd switched the TV on. He listens while he brushes his teeth, bearing down on the plaque ferociously. A woman is being interviewed by Larry King. What is it about Larry King's voice, he asks himself, that's so fucking irritating? What is it? King is asking some hotshot woman reporter if it's true that she got a facelift because a rival news network had offered her a better position if she improved her looks. she confesses that she went along with this proposition and doesn't regret it one bit. She likes her new face, her new career. He turns the water back on. He spits in the sink, rinses and turns the faucet off. A semi roars down Highway 40 right outside the window. He goes back to the TV, changes channels, searching for the Bin Laden story, but finds nothing but daytime talk shows, soap operas, cooking shows, Christian gospel shows, shows featuring pathetic victims of their own bad judgment, weeping and shameful screaming shows, repentance shows, violent cartoon shows, NASCAR shows, pornography shows, Spanish language melodramas with gorgeous Mexican women in catfights shedding real tears, gay wrestling shows, knife collectors auction shows, cheap jewelry shows, Bible history shows, fat people shows, diet shows, dog grooming shows, big game shows with Cape buffalo being blown away on Texas ranges and crashing into the Brazos, motocross shows with spectacular wipeouts, flying, burning metal in slow motion, windsurfing wrecks, deliberate car crashes into buildings and walls and gas fires, men in yellow jumpsuits running with red fire extinguishers, but nothing at all about a mysterious tall figure dressed as a woman, riding a donkey across the Hindu Kush. The most wanted man on the face of the earth. It makes him want to quit show business altogether.